Fourth quadrant. Okay. What about H?
So y-axis.
Y-axis.
On the
So
y-axis.
y-axis.
That's it. So that finishes this. Okay. Now look at the problem number 4, which I have not done. Now for this, you will need the graph paper. Okay. Let me shrink the size a little so that I can accommodate the graph paper. Okay, now look at the points. What is this? First of all, before drawing the graph, you must see what scale you require. Okay. So if you see here, question number 4, if you see what are the points here, 3, 4. What are the points here? Minus 3, 1. So whatever points that you see are from, what is the highest value of x that you can see? What is the highest of value of x?
5.
Value of x here is minus 3, 1, minus 2, 0, 5, 0, minus 3. So the highest value of x is plus 5. So that means on the x-axis, the extreme point should be plus 5. And here you should have minus 5, right? And on the y-axis, when you are drawing, what is the maximum value here? This is 4, 1, minus 2, minus 3, 5, 0, minus 3, minus 3. So even on the y-axis, you can move from plus 5 to minus 5, right? Then you can plot all the points. Can you plot a point like 10, 0 on this? Can you plot a point like 10, 0? You cannot, because it will go out of the graph paper, right? So depending on the coordinates, you will have to decide your scale. So which scale should I take on the graph paper? Which graph paper should I use? Let me show you the graph papers. Okay, here. Which graph paper should I use? Should I use this scale graph paper? Or should I use this scale graph paper? Tell me. See here, the points are till 7, right? And here also the points are till, say, here points are till 9. Oh, okay, here it's also from till plus 9 you have. From here you have minus 9. Here also you have plus 9. And here you have minus 9. Should I use this graph paper? Or should I use this one? You have plus 4 here.
Scale.
You have plus 4 and you have minus 4. So which one should I use? The first one or the second one?
The first one.
First one, because in the second one, I will not be able to accommodate the 0.5, right? Because I have only till 4 here, right? So I will use the first one. So let's use the first one to plot the points. So have your graph papers ready and also draw the scale. Okay, draw the scale. Right from 1 to 9. Okay, here it is. This is what your graph paper should look like. Okay. You write your scale. 1 smallest division is equal to 1 unit, right? Whatever you scale you take on the x-axis, the same scale you will have to take on the y-axis. You will not that you're taking 1 unit on the x-axis and 2 units on the y-axis. No, that will you cannot do in quadrant geometry. Fine. So you have written the scale. Write down your x and y's here. X dashed, y dashed. Fine.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
I have a graph of 7, so in which 7 can be written as the total, not 9. So, sir, can I use that?
You are using a 1 millimeter graph. I told you to use 2 millimeter graphs. Only 2 millimeter graphs. You go to the shop and tell them I need 2 millimeter graph. They will give you 2 millimeter graphs.
Okay,
Understood?
sir.
There is an inch graph
Okay.
also available. You will not buy inch graph. You will not buy 1 millimeter graph. You will only buy 2 millimeter graph. You will go to the shop,
Okay,
and
sir.
if I'm not sure which graph they give you in the school copies. I'm not sure. I've not seen, but I am telling you to do these on graph sheets. If you go to a shop, buy 4 or 5 graph papers and tell them you want 2 millimeter graph sheets. 2 millimeter. If you tell them 2 millimeter,
Okay,
they'll give you 2 millimeter only. Fine. Plot the following points on the graph. Now let's see the question. Yeah, first point here is A34. So how will you plot A34? From the origin, move three units here, and then move vertically 4 units. So this is your point, right? So how will you write the points here? Remember, when you are writing the points, this is the way you are going to write. You'll give the point here, and you'll encircle the point, and you'll write A, and then you will write the coordinates 3, 4. Clear? This is the way you write points on the graph sheet. Clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Next,
sir.
point B, -3, 1. So how do you locate -3, 1? Look, -3, 1 is somewhere over here, right? -3 from the origin, you move -3 units in the negative direction and then +1 units in the positive direction. So what do you get? The point B. What are the coordinates of B? -3, 1. Next, point C, 1, -2. 1, and then you have -2. So this is your point C. 1, -2. Everyone understood? Are you doing this with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next point is D, -2, -3. So in order to locate D from the origin, you move -2 in the negative direction. You reach here, right? You reach this point, and then -3. So -3 is here. So this point is your D. -2, -3. Okay. Next point E, 0, 5. 0, 5 means x coordinate 0 must lie on the y-axis, right? And towards which direction of the y-axis? Positive direction, because you see the y coordinate here is +5. So from the origin, you start moving vertically. Here is your E, right? 0, 5. Clear? F, 5, 0. Now you see this coordinate here, 0. Y coordinate is 0. That means the point must lie on the x-axis, right? Where on the x-axis? Now you see the x coordinate. X coordinate is +5. So from the origin, you simply move 5 units. This point will be your F. 5, 0. Are we clear? Mr. Sahu? Not here? Okay. 0, -3. X coordinate, the point G is 0, -3. X coordinate is 0. That means which axis? Y axis. And the Y coordinate is -3. So from the origin, you move 3 units in the negative direction. Shall we reach here? This point is your G, 0, -3. Everyone agrees here? Or anyone has a
Yes,
disagreement?
sir.
Okay. Next point is H, -3, 0. X coordinate is 0. That means which axis? Sorry, Y coordinate is 0. Which axis? X axis, right? And now you see the X coordinate. How much is the X coordinate? -3. So from the origin, you move -3 units. This is your H, -3, 0. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes,
point
sir.
which you could not understand or you want any clarification? Okay. Then we move on to the next problem. The scale will remain the same. Another graph sheet. Look at question number 8. We are doing question number 8 here. You will always give your question number here. Question number 8. And whatever your name is, you will write it here, name and class. Okay. Question number, name and class has to be written on the graph paper. Okay. Now again, write the scale. 1 smallest division is equal to 1 unit. Fine. Now let us plot the points. Now you see some fractional values. A here is 4 by 3 comma 1. A here is given to be 4 by 3 comma 1. So what you do is you approximate this. 4 by 3 is, if you change to decimal, how much will it be? 1.3, right? 1.3 comma 1, isn't it? Now see here, 1.3 is very difficult to plot on this graph, isn't it? Because I have 5 divisions here, right? And if you see all the points here are less than 4. If you see, the x coordinates are all less than 4, even the y coordinates are less than 4. So that means this graph paper is not convenient for us. Therefore, which scale graph paper should we use? We should use the other one, right? So you discard this graph. You keep this graph away. And you take this graph sheet. The other one, is it gone? Yes, this one. You understood why I'm taking this? Did you understand why I'm taking this graph sheet?
Yes, sir.
See. Draw your scales. Okay. Draw your scales here. And what is the scale here? Write the scale here. Scale. 1 smallest division is equal to how many divisions here? 10 divisions, right? So 10 divisions, 1 unit. That means 1 division is 0.1 unit, right? Now let's see what the points are. First point is given to be a 4 by 3 minus 1. 4 with its fraction, you convert it to a decimal. You will get 1.3 minus 1, right? Now how will you plot this point? 1.31. On the x-axis, what is the distance you have to move? 1.3 you have to move, right? So 1 unit is here. And now you have to move 0.3. So 3 divisions you have to move. You take 3 divisions here, right? So as from here, what I can see is 3 divisions here. So you reach here. You understood what I'm talking about?
So can you explain again?
1.3. How much distance do I have to move in the x-axis from the origin? Plus 1.3. So I start moving here. 1 point, so I reach 1. Now I have to move how much? I have to move only 0.3 units, right? So 0.3 units, each unit is how much? 0.1, right? So 1 division I move, so I get how much? 1.1. Next division I move, and then I move to 1.2. Third division I move to 1.3. So 3 divisions I have to take from here. You understood what I said?
Yes, sir.
So you have to move from here. How many divisions are you moving now? From the origin, you start counting, you're actually moving 13 divisions. Understood why? Because 13 into each division is 0.1, which will give you 1.3. Clear now?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
1.3, and then you have to move minus 1. So after moving 1.3, you have reached somewhere over here, right? And then you have to move minus 1. And from here, you start moving vertically. This is your minus 1. So this point is your A. 4 by 3, 1. Now, see how difficult it would have been to plot on that graph paper. You understood why I chose this graph paper? You understood why I chose this scale?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have to be very careful with the
Yes,
scale.
sir.
Okay, you have to see all the coordinates, which coordinates you have to work with. You have to see what is the size of each coordinate. You have to look at all the x coordinates. You have to look at all the y coordinates, and then see whether you can accommodate in the graph paper, and whether it is convenient for you to plot. See, all these points could have been plotted in the earlier graph paper also, right? But 4 by 3 comma 1, can you imagine how difficult it would have been to plot? So therefore, we take a bigger scale and then plot the points. Okay, so I'll stop here.